A major organization was struggling with a lack of trust and coordination among its disparate teams across the board. The culture of the company had become such that there was not only a persistent feeling of negativity, but the teams engaged in unhealthy internal politics and competition that bordered on employees undermining each other. The belief was set that you had to protect yourself at any cost. A master strategist was called in as the guest speaker to spend a day with the heads of various divisions and to ascertain if perhaps the organization needed reframing. More than 50 senior managers showed up for the workshop. "I'm handing you a balloon and a marker each," the strategist said and pointed towards an empty room. "Your job is to inflate the balloon, write your full name on it and leave it in that vacant room. We'll use a stopwatch to record your timing." Soon everyone was busy blowing air into balloons, tying the knots and writing their names. Some balloons burst in the process and the participants took extra time to complete the job. Once all the balloons were in, the speaker assigned them the next task of going back into the room, one by one, and finding their balloon. Once again, under the stopwatch. Some participants were lucky to find theirs within a minute or two, but most took much longer. The strategist then stopped the exercise midway and instructed them to put their balloons back in the room once more. Do you think there's a smarter way of finding these balloons? Some suggested that the balloons could be color-coded in 4 or 5 colors, representing different divisions, and then the person would only have to sift through 10 or fewer. Other managers suggested they could allocate more rooms for better segregation, making it easier to find them. These were plausible options. "How about we change the rules a bit," the speaker said. "Now, please go into the room, one by one, pick any balloon that you can get your hands on, announce the name written on the balloon, and give it to the person who steps forward." A mere 5 minutes later, everyone had the right balloon in their hands. "This is what collaboration does," the strategist said. Each balloon marked with your name represents your area of accountability, or a problem area, but by better communication and collective kindness, you can help each other deliver against your objectives faster and better. Having more rooms or segregating the balloons, though commendable, would require additional resources. "What about the stopwatch?" one of the attendees asked. "That was just to create the impression of urgency when there was none. A lot of the time, managers and team members create undue and negative stress around deliverables. Working with and for each other is more productive than working against. My own experience in engaging with some of the brightest minds and having the privilege of leading them on multiple occasions across various projects, companies, and industries has been quite similar too. That is, competent people are very driven and they tend to focus on finding the balloon marked with their name. After all, that's how we have been conditioned, win at any cost. But true leaders know better. They know that creating massively successful organizations requires intelligent minds to work together. Such leaders go to great lengths to build the culture of finding any balloon and handing it to the right person. In other words, the culture of owning your deliverables and taking collective responsibility for realizing the vision beyond individual differences and mindsets. All successful organizations are customer-centric and outward-focused. That's how great companies remain alive, young, and innovative. They are not intimidated by a room full of balloons or their different sizes and colors. They know that as long as the right people are on the job following the right processes, any dream can come true. More often than not, companies doomed for failure are too focused on internal issues around operations, people, and office politics. Such companies gradually become weak and old, and one day they will perish. It all boils down to building the right culture from the outset by leading with inspiration and not intimidation, by fostering love and not fear, and by encouraging differences and not conformity. If you have enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. If you didn't, I still love you anyways.